Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. No need to adjust your television screens. It is I, Ptah Shakur. Got the gentlemen are on their way right now, so I'm going to kind of get started with some little housekeeping and let everybody know what's going on at this particular juncture. As it says on the bottom of the screen there, this is Barbershop Talk. So we got a wonderful event coming up. Happy Thanksgiving for all those who celebrated. We got that coming up very, very shortly. So I'm going to do my due diligence to make sure that this is being sent on our Facebook stream. So for everyone who's watching this via the White Rose Community Television program, this actually is from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. If it shuts off abruptly, I try to be mindful to do a proper closeout for those who will be leaving us. However, for those who are watching this on Facebook, we will continue quite a bit. We don't have any particular parameters with that, so if somebody wants to call in, we can kind of go into it a little bit more. Here we go. So I'm gonna give everybody about a minute or so to get your popcorn, get your snacks, and get everything situated. As I'm waiting for my dear brother Sharif to arrive and Peace Eloheem. Share this to the pages. All right, let me check one more thing. That's the gods out there. Like I said, Grand Rising, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is Ptah Shakur, your ascended master here. I am a historian, truth seeker. So this particular programming that we have set up for you all today, we're going to be kind of delving into quite a bit of recent developments and making sure everybody has the proper perspective on things that's taking place right now. This is a live call-in show, so you can look at the bottom of the screen. I believe it's going to have the number there. It's going to be 717-846-5067. You can feel free to go ahead and call in with any type of question. Let me get these microphones just a little bit closer here. We're trying to change things up a little bit. You'll see what I'm going to be alluding to very, very shortly. So like with that, I'll go ahead and start with my a little intro. Kind of gives you a little bit about what it is that I'm here to bring, not only to those here locally in York, Pennsylvania, for those all across the nation. This is freedom time. This is the most incredible time to be alive. This is the time that was written about in all the scriptures and the scrolls about the return of the Mahdi, the return of the Christ consciousness. That time is here. The earth is waking up, so you're going to experience a lot of certain things taking place geographically, wise, as well as things going on within the government and things of that nature. But we're going to get into all of that. This is my affirmation. You can feel free to take this one. Affirmations are very, very powerful if you want to kind of use those to kind of better your life during this particular time. So I, Ptah Shakur, I pledge to always look for the best in each and every circumstance and each and every one, especially starting with myself. I come from love, I am love, and I choose to look at the world through the lens of love. I commit myself to choosing the upper room, towards vibrating at the highest level possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am free, I am free, I am free. Behold, I make all things new. I, Ptah Shakur, am a catalyst for change. Here we go. I'm a role model, youth advocate, transformational life coach, role model, and channel. I'm a rebel here to uninstall cowardlessness. I, Ptah Shakur, seek to shed light on the daily atrocities that are being orchestrated by the elites of society and who seek control over you and I, and their end game is closer than you think. I intend to promote nothing but love, light, education, motivation for all those seeking to understand these cosmic situations and changes that's happening, not only in this solar system, but not only on this planet, but throughout the solar system, and is pulsing in every being, intimate and inanimate. I'm a dangerous man to those elites and their shadow government that was constructed and brought about in the 1950s. Go see the last farewell address from Mr. Truman, I believe, where he shares about that. So we're coming out of that, and so we're coming out of that with abundance of knowledge. This is freedom time, hence this is the reason why some of this information is coming out. So I am a dangerous man for all those who are willfully participating in your own energetic enslavement. Much like the movie Matrix, it's time to wake up. We have nobody to blame but ourselves. For those who identify as feminine, we need your vision and your energy to correct the ills that have been in creation due to the imbalance of creation. If you identify as masculine, whatever the acronyms that you choose, it's all love and light over here. Remember that I'm asking everybody to gather up with this particular mindset that we would rather die like a man rather than live like a coward. And I'm asking everybody, masculine energy, to step forward and make sure we do what's necessary to protect our feminine energy and make sure we're looking out and getting protecting our youth and make sure we guide them into their greatness. For all those, for all my 82, 82, and I'm dropping stuff. Look at that. 82, I'm hyped, y'all. 82 YouTube subscribers. I just want to remind you all that you are that we are the new founding fathers of this particular creation. That you are powerful, eternal beings. When you lay down at night, the greater part of you continues on. The enemies that be know how powerful you are, and they utilize our creative energy to create a heaven on earth for them. However, that time is out the door. You are beautiful, powerful, love-like children of the most divine grid programmer, a.k.a. God. To all my hooded youth, we love you. We're here for you. We realize that our generation did not step to the plate as we should, as well as the generation before us. However, we're correcting all those ills right now. The buck stops with us. We love you. To all my star seeds, wanderers, indigo children, and angelic souls, I want to let you know that we're the new founding fathers of this creation. Let us unite in love for self. Gotta love yourself first. That's the first unconditional love that you're going to ever experience. And then give a little small portion of that to the reflections around you, masquerading in physical flesh as your fellow human beings. So I'm asking everybody to get tuned in, tapped in, turned on for the most powerful of all hours, the hour of power. Like I said, I'm Ptah Shakur. This is my guy right here. Love you, bro. What's going on with you? How you feeling?
Hey, man. Holiday season.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm trying to avoid the stress that come with it.
Shoot, I was out there getting some groceries.
Probably took you like an hour longer than what you want.
Man, them lines is crazy. Got all them aisles open and got like 30 aisles open and got 4 people.
Yeah, I'm like, where they come from? They only come out just for Thanksgiving and Christmas, it seems like.
Man, so everybody, if you're listening there, hope you have a wonderful turkey day starting on tomorrow.
Hey, what are you gonna be thankful for? Think of that.
Ooh, yeah, that's deep.
Even though it's like this tomorrow's day is like a robbery. You know what I mean? But what can you be really thankful? Ask yourself, what are you really thankful for?
Yeah, that's deep. So we can get so caught up on other things because before your food even digests, you worry about going running out and buying some Tickle Me Elmos and.
Not only that, you probably ain't thinking about your team, your favorite team more than anything.
True indeed.
Yeah, I mean, I know somebody thinking about the Ravens like.
Where's my hat?
Like night and day, you know. Like, I feel sad for them because man, I guess they just like my Cowboys. They only can beat the teams that they're supposed to beat.
What you talking about? You talking about the Ravens? Yeah, I'm over here styling and profiling.
Them dirty birds, man. They're another dirty bird.
We're going to take that over. So we're going to get into all that. This is going to be a little freestyle. The theme of today.
I thought it was sports, right?
Yeah, it's all that. It's all that. It's the barbershop talk. You going to hit the you going to hit the screen?
I got the champion. I'm bringing out the old champion stuff, man. Lucky I can't find no really cross colors, no starters, no 8-ball jackets.
So check it out. We're about to hit the screen. I got my son over here on the 1s and 2s. We are utilizing this modern technology. Go ahead, hit it. Go ahead. Turn that one off and turn the thing on. We practiced this. All right, anyway.
Okay. So we up in the barbershop, right? I see it now.
So basically, I just want to give a little synopsis of what this particular program is. I gave my little. So we in the barbershop right now. Y'all see us right there. So this particular, I shared about my intro, what it is I'm here to produce. I'm a historian, understanding true and believe that the information that's coming out of my mouth, if you don't agree with, warning! The information you hear, it may excite you, it may depress you, it may trigger you, it may cause a whole bunch of myriad of emotions just bouncing around you. That's fine. That's what this phone right here is for. Go ahead and call in.
Call in.
We we could dialogue very very respectfully. If you have any questions or thoughts, I'm gonna say some things, man.
Hey,
I got some things.
hey, I know you won't hurt yourself neither.
Oh yeah, thank you. I would never kill myself. I would never hurt myself. I'm a family man, a man in the community. Shout out Christmas Addicts. Thank you. Giving the God with a Rising Stars Award. I appreciate that. We all CA kids.
Man, I know I am.
Man, Tiff. Shout out to Tiff. Dang, what's her last name? Remember her last name? Huh?
Tiff Low.
Yeah, she got an award. Shout out to other individuals who received an award on that wonderful night. It was on Monday. There at the Christmas Addicts. It was the annual Rising Stars Award and Crossroad Thanksgiving ceremony. They give out free food every single Christmas, as well as the Martin Luther King Day. It's a free breakfast. So they were in the community. So if you don't know about Christmas Addicts, go ahead and Google it. Have a wonderful African American Center that's going to be popping up in a little bit. But the whole purpose of what this program is, this is for community interaction and involvement. So we want to hear from you. We want to celebrate your youth. If they have wonderful developments and things going on in their life, we want to hear that. Too much so we hear about youth. We hear about them riding in scooters, bikes down the street doing willies. We hear when they do something that's crazy. We want to hear when they got something positive to say. We want to hear when they got, when you're valedictorian, you step out, you got it accepted at this particular university and such.
Hey, Dangerous said he would like to come on during the Christmas break since this was a short notice.
Oh, no problem. He has an open invite. Dangerous Stewart. I'm hearing he's doing some marvelous things. Was it Shittle?
No, IUP.
IUP.
Yeah.
There's another young man as well.
Slippery Rock. Khalid Dorsey.
Khalid Dorsey's doing
something.
A
couple people out
there. I think Coach. Shout out to Coach Stoner.
Yeah.
I only matter of fact, he was a Rising Stars Award recipient a couple years ago. I was blessed to be able to present him with that award. Doing a wonderful job, Clovis. Man, we're gonna do some
shout out to Coach Gallon.
Coach Gallon.
Yes.
Yo,
big things, man. He's like the new modern day Keenan Preston.
Yeah.
That's what I hear what they say about it.
And even for the young ones that's out there listening, we're gonna need somebody. We're gonna need more bullets in the chamber, so to speak, in a positive reflection. When Coach Garland, when he steps down, we're gonna need somebody to keep this thing going.
Yes,
we was at the CA. We had for one, shout out Mr. Simpson. We had Sonny.
R.I.P. Sonny. R.I.P. New York
James.
R.I.P. Josh Tyler. You know what I mean? And so on and so on, man. Jay Beard.
Yeah.
Much love, Jay Beard.
Sure.
You and Jerry. You know what I mean? Those are my old heads,
Jay.
man. Without them guys, man, I don't think I would even still be here. Even be alive, man. Probably be locked up if it wasn't for Jay, New York Jays. So much love, give y'all flowers while y'all deserving here and the storm.
Man, thank you for bringing that up as well, because we had that. The mayor brought up that kindness week. I thought it was genius. I think we need to keep that going, have like a kindness month. So we want to hear from you.
Turn these weeks into month celebrations. It's not long. Weeks not long enough.
If you've seen something out there, or if you participated in something during kindness week, go ahead and give a call in, or go ahead and put a mention on Sharif's comment page. It's better doing on Sharif's comment page, because I get people put it on my page, but I'm here running my mouth, so I really can't get to it. But
yeah,
we want to keep that energy.
Sharif too, man.
Yeah, shout out to Brother Sharif. If it wasn't for Sharif, the trailblazer, we needed them.
Word.
I'm a fast forward back just a little bit, because people in New York need to know.
Word.
Back in the day, there was a very short gentleman. He had to be like, I don't know how much he was older when he was. I don't know how tall he was when he was younger, but when I met him, he was older than age. His name was Sylvester Lee. Sylvester Lee was the first. He was the minister of the Nation of Islam here in York, Pennsylvania. I wasn't around for the time, but just knowing how that impacted individuals like Brother John and
Is that the guy that did the Kwanzaa?
Nah, that's not him.
Ain't he from York?
Yeah, somebody else. The dude.
Somebody else. Okay.
I forget his name. He needs to be highlighted as well.
I remember cousin Billy said that. He brought it up last week. I think when we was on here.
We would like to have that gentleman. In fact, I'm gonna reach out to him because Kwanzaa's coming up.
Yes.
And we definitely want to have him on here to kind of express that. But back to what I was saying about it, even the Christmas Addicts, Miss Frog.
Oh
Miss
yeah.
Selena
Shout out
Dixon.
to Miss Frog.
When I seen her, when I was up there
Southside Steppers.
doing my little speech or whatever, my eye caught eyes, and I told her every time I see her, and I swear I mean this from my heart. before she give her flowers now for one. But I told her like before you set it all down, we gotta have a bust, a statue, a picture, a mural, something to represent.
Something in front of the CA, man, because she used to have, man, serious, man. Miss Frog, she can have a documentary of how many little girls she done saved, and
just like Loretta Claiborne.
Yes, I see her the other day riding her bike.
Doing big
She's
things.
like one of the first people her Reno, Martin.
Yeah.
They taught me how to swim down in Florida.
Okay.
I went down to Florida Disney when I was like 4 years old, 5 years old, and they taught me how to swim.
That's what's up.
It was crazy.
That was a smooth dude, yo.
Reno's a smooth guy, man.
So, and even with that, just finishing off the flowers to Miss Selena Dixon, and people don't know, there's a lot of talent here in York. For instance, not only is York used to be the first capital of the United States for 9 months, just the idea there at the Crispus Attucks, that Southside Step team, I think in 2001 and 2002, they won the national championship. I had the blessing to be along with them. I was a young man sitting there when they went to Chicago. Let me tell you about these girls real quick. Cause it's a feminine energy. Like I said, we black men, we need to love our black woman.
Yes. There wouldn't be no us without them.
We wouldn't be no us. That's our art. They gave us our food. They gave us our comfort. They taught us our game, like Tupac said. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Got a game from one black woman.
Facts. So even with that, I was there visually, and I seen these when they stand up in those competitions, they have to line up in a military stance, and they stand there for like 30, 40 minutes straight, almost on some boot camp type stuff. That's how you get those points. Not only is this dancing, there's a whole other thing that people don't know about. Them girls were so disciplined out in the Penn Park when it's like 90 degrees with them boots on in that military all blue long sleeve.
Let it be raining outside, and Miss Frog has shut the gym down just so she can have her Southside steppers up in there. Cause we used to play ball from anywhere from like 4 to 5. We had to go to male responsibility class.
Right.
That's what I was talking about. So 5 to like 8:45. I saw that basketball court all day. You know what I mean? Or she might be up on the stage. It don't depend on what was coming up. Miss Frog might have the stage. You know what I mean? Blocked off with the curtains and stuff.
Did I put this on your page? You check your page? I'm upset. So even in that, let me just finish going and saying that just having those young girls they're in a position now where they're very key instrumental phases within the city. A lot of them is in management. A lot of them. Shout out to Stacia. Stacia got an award on Monday as well, with Rising Stars Award. So a lot of the young ladies that Miss Frog produced out of that program that won the national championship 2 years straight. I'm telling you, I was sitting there. I seen them. They came. I seen the ones. I seen them coming from California. They were lined up. I seen them in New York. All of them fell, crumbled to the ground, and on top of that was York, Pennsylvania representing. So shout out Miss Selena Dixon. I just want to share that. I do want to share a little bit of Jews or whatever. Then I got some topics that I know people was talking about. We're gonna talk about, about what's going on with Puffy. Diddy.
He paid that. He paid that 30 million.
He got something else coming.
Oh, man, with that thing, even with the thing with Pac. That thing with Pac, they calling for it. Now. I think they're gonna force Suge Knight to talk about what he knows.
Yes. Matter of fact, let's get into that right now. I get into what I want to talk about a little bit. This community kind of dialogue and conversation. I say something crazy or reckless, please don't hesitate to call in and correct me. You know how I go in the barbershop. We're gonna try to keep it clean. We ain't gonna get too crazy with it. But the thing going on with Mr. Combs. And listen, go to YouTube. I got a YouTube show, Ptah Shakur. Go to YouTube. You'll see a myriad of different programs. A lot of these programs is on there, as well as I have a program on Monday and programs I do out in nature. All of this is meant to bring education and motivation. And so in January, I shared certain things to look out for coming into this year. I said, well, keep your eyes on the sky. You're going to see more UAPs. We ain't halfway over.
Don't be afraid to look up.
Don't be afraid. I always have my little X-Files joke. I said also, pay attention to what's going on geographically with the Earth. The Earth right now is in a motion of changing. You're going to see a lot of more volcanoes, earthquakes, things of those modalities. Weather changes.
Yeah, places you wouldn't even imagine.
That North Pole, the polar north,
Oh, that shit.
is coming down.
Huh.
Even last winter, I don't know if y'all remember. Remember last winter how cold it was over there in the middle of the United States? Man, we got some more weather changes.
Stop coming, man.
Water blowing. Kenya's splitting apart. It's giving birth. Something's crowning right now. This new landmass is coming up through America. This is the greatest time to be alive. If you can hear this right now, know that you are a beautiful, powerful being. You have the ability to manifest things that surround you. When you say things out of your mouth, it doesn't just relegate to the sound of your voice. What you say goes out to the very, very edges of space, and it comes back to you in the form of a torus field, which people call reality. So you can manifest things that you want. If you're living in a horrible situation right now, if you're suffering, if you're dealing with things in your mind, understand, just go within. You have all the answers built that's inside you. The enemies of truth is what we're going to call them. They want to get you kind of caught up and distract you. So be very, very careful to the news items that you're seeing going on. So that leads me to this. I also said in January a lot of truth is coming out. I gotta spit my hand.
Now when you sit there and say that, so what you think about this? What y'all think about this car that just makes the crazy turn, and then this happens to catch flight and run boom into a fireball? You ain't seen that up in Canada?
What is that?
They going over trying to go over the border from Canada to New York.
Is it a self-driving type car?
I don't know. That's what they're not really talking. They said that you see the footage. They said they're trying to go across the border, do that thing up there, up there, New York, upper New York. You see the car coming around. They have footage, and it just takes flight. Oh, blows up. Now they did say 2 people was inside that car, burnt. They died on sight.
Good Lord.
So, but it's just funny and weird. Like that was a major idea, but just weird. Like all of a sudden now, the biggest traveling day. This is gonna be a nice little distraction. So something is going to slip through the cracks once again.
You already know that when we get to this time when everybody gets in one place, start paying attention to their TVs, you know it's gonna be some crazy thing to kind of distract us. In the news. And yes,
something we can talk about over the table while we're being thankful.
We're gonna talk about some false flags. That'd be some nice little dinner. Like I said, I did say warning, right?
Yes.
Now the whole purpose of this, we want this to be a positive program. But understand, when you bring truth into a situation, people gonna take it either way. Understand that I say that the aspects of it is we want to bring peace and positivity. But if anytime this truth hits you and it takes you the wrong way, hey, check yourself.
And you know they say the lie is more entertaining than the truth.
Mm-hmm. So we got plenty of that going on. So about truth being exposed, there's whistleblowers that's coming out. The whistleblowers are saying that the government has these ships, has these beings, have all this knowledge about things that they're not sharing with us about what's going on. So now I'm going to take it into an area that I don't know too much about, which is like celebrity world. But I understand this. Hollywood and the same type of individuals that are trying to distract you and I, that's trying to control you and I, you can't talk about one without the other. So what you see going on, what started with, what was it, Kanye?
Yes.
Kanye, he came out and he was saying, are they trying to kill me?
So Jay, don't send your hitters. Don't send your hitters while he's on the stage. Remember, he's on the stage that was floating in the air, remember? And remember, he was on the stage floating, and then that's when I guess that was supposed to happen to Kim. So that's when they remember he came down, they angled the stage off, and then he disappeared. But that was all for that, I guess, the Jay-Z stuff. But they stuck him with that needle, because you know that, remember I said that trainer for Jay-Z, they say he was a different trainer.
Yeah.
Let me say it like that. He was a different trainer, so.
Ptah Shakur is an educator for one. I've educated your children, folks. So I'm coming from a scientific background. You got to prove the truth to me. I'm not one of those people to catch a TikTok video and feel I'm going to jump on the air and start sharing stuff. If you notice, there's a lot of things coming out. Like I said, that Jamie Foxx, a lot of suspicion. And now we dealing with Puffy. Oh, we going to do Will Smith. I don't know if you heard about Will Smith.
With Dwayne Martin, Will Smith.
Yeah.
So now they're starting to play what's the movie? 7 Degrees of Separation. They starting to play that a lot.
Oh yeah, I never seen that.
They playing some other thing too, but now they starting to play all these movies that make you, I guess, signs or something to make you say maybe,
yeah, get your inquisitiveness up.
yeah.
But what I'm gonna kind of focus on, particularly there with Mr. Combs, is what's coming out right now. And like I said, people come up to me, they bring me this information. They say, Ptah, make sense of this for me. They'll send me, by the way, if you got something you want to make heads or tails of, you want to see if it's based in fact or reality, send it to me, Ptah Shakur at Gmail, or you can go ahead and send it to me on Facebook. Send me a Facebook request. I'm like a TikTok checker at this point. So somebody sent this to me, and they were saying about Puffy had a wife. I don't even know how long, maybe 10 years ago. I don't know, something. Kim Porter.
Yeah.
Said something mysteriously happened to her.
Out of the blue.
So
and see, I didn't want to get into that, but it was funny that I'll be sure went into a coma. For some odd reason, he went into a coma right after this. I had to hit the fan. You know what I mean? About something. Puff has something to do with Kim's death. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be sure was sitting there saying like something was weird, something suspicious. Because remember, Puffy, he adopted I'll be sure's son that he had two. That I'll be sure had to kill Quincy. What's your name? That's you look it up on the thing. Quincy, what's your name is I'll be sure's son. That's the biological son. You can look at him and tell you look just like him.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So they were saying he had a little book getting ready to come out too. Talking about, you know what I mean, with the tell-all thing type with Puff. They said that's why for Andre Harrell, they went down the line talking about, and then how artists from like Biggie to Craig Mack to like Mace was on the borderline, but then I guess I don't know. I mean, Mace survived, but yeah,
it's getting sloppy.
Puff the dirty, yeah.
Shout out to all the whistleblowers in the world. I mean, it started with like the Me Too movement. You understand how tremendous that is for women, for feminine to realize that hey, it's time to speak up. The way that this male-dominated society, not only just that, but the way that this world is being run, we gotta understand this country is developed for the people, by the people. I don't know when we decided that it's good to put our hands inside of our pockets and just figure we make our voice known one day every 4 years called election day. No, that's foolishness. They need to hear from us consistently. You need to let your elected officials. You should at least know who your elected officials are. You should know who Carol Hill Evans is. You should know who Judy Rader Dixon is. You should know whoever the people is in your area. Make sure you communicate.
City council.
City council. Go to your city council.
Right,
it's time for us to get involved. If you haven't realized it yet, if you look at the back of that dollar bill, we did a whole show on that.
Yes, we did.
We had it up on this beautiful screen right here. You see
pyramid.
that pyramid? Like, why they got Egyptian influences all up in
the United States?
The United States is developed, but you see on that particular pyramid, you see that eye that's on that capstone. It's separated from the rest. There's, believe it or not, there's a group of individuals.
What's the word saying underneath of it? The New World Order.
Novus Ordo Selectum.
Yes.
They've been planning this for quite a while. And what is this? We'll get into that a little bit later. I get into the end game a little bit later. But we talking about this barbershop talk.
Yeah.
So we share some different.
P. Diddy run the city.
So with Mr. P. Diddy, this is what I see. Like I said, I'm new to the party because somebody brought me in. Because I don't know nothing about this celebrity stuff. I had no idea about Albie Show, but I do know this.
Check that out. You're gonna be like,
I will.
Whoa. They said that's how little King Combs, you see, he's profit. Remember, Puff had one son that went to UCLA. He was a piece of football. But they don't even talk about Puff going out there hitting the coach with the cowbell. You know what I mean? Puff paid that money off and got off on that.
Hey.
Yeah, my Puff got a lot of dead bones. He got a lot of skeletons in that closet, man.
And like one of the videos that he sent out, he did a little video clip most recently where he's smiling and he's thank you, bro. He's smiling and he's sharing, as a result, make sure that we're being heard.
Yes, sir.
As a result of, after this settlement, after he settled whatever, he did a video, he's over there smiling. When I got knowledge, y'all, I got knowledge. I share with my wife. I'm like, what would make a person after selling out of court? You would think that some people sell out of court, you go get a drink or something. You
he celebrate. He went and bought a truck too. You see that Mercedes-Benz truck he won? Yo, Puck crazy, man.
And he put that all on IG.
He Puck crazy. He crazy. Man, he got a.
He basically saying like this don't mean nothing.
Money.
It ain't nothing but a check.
A check.
It's showing you that he's connected to these elites. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain. People getting sloppy.
Yes.
And you get a little bit too turned up and you do some IG, you might say the wrong thing. You might say that wrong thing. You might gotta get that bag on your head and you're gonna slide out the door. Cause like I'm telling you, once this whole thing about Puffy coming out, you'll hear about all these different what's up?
This one.
Let me hit the button.
Hit the button.
It's supposed to be red or not? Oh.
Now,
what's up? We couldn't be heard out this mouth?
I think we still was heard, but I think might have been a little.
God, it might have been a little bit. I was lying like that.
Yeah.
So, long story short, this is what I see. It's a lot of truth is coming out with homosexual kind of.
Oh, yeah.
What's the word? When you initiate somebody, initiation.
Yeah.
Initiation in the Hollywood. There's a lot of mouths that's talking. There's a lot of truth. This is freedom time, y'all. So all of the things that's been held in the past, it's time for those to be exposed.
A lot of people that's hit that Hollywood couch is starting to tell it off.
Yeah.
Because they got a couch out in Hollywood, that couch that you don't want to be on. You don't want to be on that Hollywood couch. Once you hit that Hollywood couch, it's a wrap. And now them people that hit that couch, now they doing a lot of couch talking.
We appreciate that. Like I said, knowledge reigns supreme. We want to hear it. And shout out for people who are these whistleblowers. I don't mean to laugh. But seriously, when you got some information, trust and believe. I know. I have information as far as what's going on behind these scenes. That's why we are here. Because my people, we need to have this knowledge because this is a great and dreadful day in the Lord. It's great if you got the knowledge and it's dreadful that you don't. So shout out.
Some people be scared to talk and they feel like they're going to get killed or something.
I understand.
You know what I mean? So
we not scared no more.
Some people hold back their truth.
Nah, this is freedom time. Me and the village people like me, we came for the head of Satan. We not scared. All those little stories we were told as youth, they're not scaring us right now.
They say how to kill a snake. Huh? They say how do you kill a snake?
How do you kill a snake?
And cut the head off of it.
You gotta come.
So you gotta cut the head off.
That's how we come. That's how Ptah Shakur, Peace Eloheem. That's how we come. When you go into that den with that lion, you don't walk. You go in there ready. You go in there with your stick. You go in there making noise, banging it up
like Gladiator.
Yeah, you go in there like Gladiator. Yeah. You can't tiptoe around this. So this is true. We putting ourselves out here. If you want to call in or want to chime in with any type of comment. So I just want to finish this particular idea. We got a whole bunch of other content to talk about. Content for days. So like I said, this whole initiation and all this little foolishness that go into the Hollywood biz. Eventually, you're going to get the news, the movie people involved. And then eventually, Jeffrey Epstein. We ain't forget about him, did we?
No.
We ain't forget the fact that
what's the other one name? The one that went to jail. What's his name? Start with the W. What the hell is his name? The one that went to court. What? Jeffrey Epstein. He the one that died in prison.
He the one who took himself out.
Henry Oswald. What is it not? I said Henry Oswald. Jesus
I don't even know. But
I forget his name.
It's more coming. And the more people that's coming out and like I said, sharing this information. Yeah. But anywho, so yeah, like I said, this is really what I want to, can you pop that screen up that I was telling you about? Let me get this jewel off my chest real quick. This is really, really important stuff, because this has to do with you and I. 2/3 of the population. I don't know if it's you out there. I don't know if it's people in this room. I don't know. I don't care. I don't judge anybody. But there was a very, very super illegal type of situation that went by called that vaccine mandate. I remember I was sitting in that position. I was shook. I was like, man, am I going to work? Am I going to leave my job based off of this? And so there's a gentleman. The screen popped up. There's some recommended reading, y'all. The first one is called The Courage to Face COVID-19. Now, this is a book that's made by a man. His name is Peter McCullough. Google Peter McCullough. He's a doctor out of Houston who's been on different type of Senate boards and all this stuff. What's he talking about? He's saying that there is 3,400 peer-reviewed studies. Need y'all to listen to this. They have found out that Johnson, matter of fact, let me not even say the name of the vaccine. The vaccine individuals, you know who you are.
Johnson.
Whoever the ones, you go to his website, go get his book. That's the book right there. He says as far as that, in the peer review, they showed that the individuals that received the vaccine have experienced what's called myocarditis. Myocarditis is causing cardiac arrest, particularly in youth. I remember something happened with LeBron James' son.
Yeah, it's hard. Cardiac.
They're finding out. And I'm here to educate y'all. Don't believe anything. Hear me now, believe me later. He's going around. He's sharing about it's causing this myocarditis as well as cardiovascular disease and low pressure, causing individuals to pass out. So this is some of the findings. And I don't know if you remember, but the last program that I did, and I said a couple times on my YouTube show, back in February of 2021, a group of doctors all across the United States, they asked and went to these pharmaceutical places and said, we want to see your studies. We want to get your information. So they went to court. The representative for the pharmaceutical companies shared to the judge the foolishness, what I'm about to say. He asked the judge if they will be able to release this 55,000 page findings, if they will be able to drop them off in the 20 years. Now, where in the world you ever see anybody have the audacity to go to court and say, well, we got information. I know the doctors and the public want to be privy to this, but we want to give it out in 25 years. If that don't throw all type of flags in your face, I don't know what is. Of course, the judge says, no, that's foolish. And what the judge did say that in the first of every month, starting in, I believe it was 2023, not 2022. In February 2023, on the first of every month, February 1st, March 1st, April 1st, the 5,000 pages have to be, they did a slow release. 5,000 pages per month. And coincidentally, if you haven't noticed, around the first of every month, don't we always have like some new type of news item popping up?
Yeah.
Don't we got like a Maui fire over here? Don't we got this over here or this? Oh, we're going to talk about Israel in a little bit. But, so like I said, check this book out. It's this individual. I ain't gonna read the whole thing. I'm on Amazon right now. So that's the book. Courage to face COVID-19, preventing hospitalizations and death while battling the pharmaceutical complex. He calls it the pharmaceutical complex. This is a group of individuals that got buku's amount of money, so much so that they're able to go to Washington D.C. This is something called lobbyists. In my education, I had to learn, like, within the executive portion of the United States government, they got something called lobbyists, meaning that these people could show up there in Congress. They could represent tobacco industry. They could represent the oil industry. They can represent the pharmaceutical industry. And they go out there talking to the senators. Why are they over there talking to them? Why are they trying to broker deals, you know what I mean, to try to get certain laws passed to allow more money to flow into their particular pocket? So he goes after these biopharmaceutical pharmacy individuals who just want that money, y'all. And so another individual, another book that's up there is the COVID Operation. Very, very good book by Pamela Popper. She goes over what happened, why it happened, and what happens next. And one thing I know, I was scared to death when that COVID thing.
Remember what the dude that came out with the book back in 82 or so. That was talking about it. He was talking about the COVID and the pandemic and stuff. I think it was from over in Japan or something like that. I forget. I got the book at home, and I'm like, hold on, man. So I said, and then they was talking about how it happened before. And I'm like, well, sometimes when stuff reoccur, it might come back even more stronger and more potent. And I'm like, man, if they was killing them back then like that, I'm like, this might knock us off the younger, because, you know what I mean, kind of how they might have, you know, everything is almost like man-made almost to me, it seems like, with these diseases, something like that.
I'm going to hit you up with something. This is the first time I really kind of said this, so this is exclusive stuff, y'all. I wish I had a... During that whole COVID thing, the truth either comes out immediately after a situation or later on. Now, immediately when it happened, I had some, and I'm an insider, y'all. So I have a way to get inside. It's people that's kind of sharing things. And one thing that was shared was that there was a gentleman. It was a Asian gentleman.
Asian guy.
But he was going to school in, I ain't going to say the school. He going to school here in America. And he was sent over to the Japan, what's it called, the Wushu district?
Yeah.
Clear as day, these documents were saying the individual took this briefcase. They were looking for him. They were looking for him on these college campuses. Found out that he was in the Wushu with this particular briefcase. And they was looking for him. And then they arrested him. And then you don't hear nothing about it. So that's kind of suspicious. I'm not saying no definiteness, y'all. I'm saying that this particular individual that was working very, very closely with the bio, and it was in the same field. It was dealing with terrorism and things of that nature. So then, fast forward from that, then you hear about Wushu. Then the people was talking about bats, that COVID came from bats and all this and all that.
Contagion, like that movie Contagion.
And then another one came out. Then it was the Omicron. Then it was the Delta. And individuals like myself, if you have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, you basically look at the news like, okay, you wait and see rather than see and wait. But here's the big thing that came to me. And I received an email from a friend of mine who was a doctor. Out of state, nowhere close to Pennsylvania. She was on Zoom calls. She was on Zoom calls with doctors. She's not a regular doctor. She's a high-ranking doctor. I ain't going to say who the individual is. I'm going to save them. And they sent that Zoom call to me. And I watched the Zoom call, and what they were sharing particularly, this is the first time I've really said it. I don't think I've ever shared this with you. That when they were treating COVID with ibuprofen, something else. I don't know if it was a leave. They found out that just treating patients with, I know ibuprofen, because that's what it was sent out. You know, when you got family that's in doctors and stuff, they want to look out for you first.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? And then me, I'm gonna let everybody else know too. I couldn't do it at the time. I wasn't set up for it. Now I'm set up for it. So anyways, basically what I'm saying is this, that the way their doctors was treating COVID on the onset caused a lot of these organ failures, a lot of these situations to become lethal. I'm sitting here and saying this, y'all, that this COVID initiation of it, it was something that was planned. They didn't plan as many deaths. They didn't want all that. That's why they realized, let's not do it like this. Then they came out with the second one, and you notice they get less and less lethal.
Yeah.
More and more contagious.
Watered down.
Less and less lethal.
They watered this down.
Omicron.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm gonna go ahead and say this, and I'm gonna step off this topic. You know what I mean? Because when I said I would never hurt myself, I never hurt myself, never kill myself, right? Just understand that there's individuals that's trying their due diligence to get us caught up in some most fearful type of stuff. And don't take my word for it. Look at these books right here. Ptah Shakur ain't gotta say.
Information's all right there.
I ain't gotta say nothing.
They hide a lot of information in books. Because they know, especially the theory or whatever they say, black people don't like to read. So that's why they put a lot of information in books.
What's another thing? What else? I heard today. You know was talking about Mark Jackson. You hear what Mark Jackson used to be the coach. Used to be a basketball player.
He's a New York guy, man. He's on the documentary, the NYC Point Guards. Mm-hmm. You gotta check that out. That's a good documentary, especially if you want to teach kids little point guards and stuff, or how to with the basketballs and stuff like that. But I heard something went down in New York at the Madison Square Garden, right? Mm-hmm. I know they supposed to have banned him from the games and stuff because he used to come through. He used to come in and do games for what's his name? What was his name? Clyde.
Walt
Clyde Frazier.
Yeah, he used to be subbing in.
Yeah, so he came in, but then this came across my TMZ like last week, so I didn't really dig into it, but apparently he did or said something that they banned him from the Garden.
And he went on Stephen A. And this is what I love about this time, because how can he came on Stephen A. Smith and he basically shared that all of that is a fabrication. All of that is a lie. He never took that particular position. And he just giving light that is certain people, now we talking about sports, certain black individuals that's been blackballed from this industry. He was the first. Matter of fact, he was the coach when Steph Curry and
He put that Golden State team.
he
together.
put that team together.
He drafted Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, and before that, this happens to be. But then they said something with his wife singing the national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Something had posted how religious he was.
Mm-hmm.
So that you dig into the crate, all that post had played a part, and they got rid of him. That was their excuse. But of course, they didn't want the blackface to be a what you want to call it a genius, like how Phil Jackson was.
Yeah.
That's how Mark Jackson could have been.
They don't want to give him his credit, particularly. You already know in football, like as many black positions, quarterbacks, that. We have positions for days. Why isn't there no black quarterbacks? I mean, black coaches. Why they not represented on that level? But with Mark Jackson,
the Rooney
Rule. Yeah. But people don't know, like you just said, if it wasn't for Mark Jackson, he was the visionary. I mean, check it. You got Steph Curry, young man coming out of college,
Davidson.
shooting Alden Davidson, shooting up 3-pointers. Mark Jackson was the one that gave him that free reign. How many other NBA execs, coaches, everybody follows after everybody else. Nobody's a real genius.
Right.
Nobody let nobody be shooting those.
Something else. So what's going on?
If it wasn't for Mark Jackson, Steph Curry would not exist. That's what I'm saying.
He probably wouldn't be the player that he
wouldn't. Because he wouldn't have a free reign to come down, with 15 seconds on the shot, and you 10 feet from the line, throwing it up.
Tossing it up. Yeah.
Man, you be sitting on that bench.
What the hell?
If Mark Jackson was not there, you'd be sitting on the bench. But because he was there, and because Steph was changing the game, and they was changing the game, they should have just ridden with Mark Jackson. But nah, they got ready for him. Brought in Steve Kerr. Now Steve Kerr got more chips than anybody else. More chips than Chips Ahoy. You know what I mean?
And he gets all the flowers.
Right. And then on the back end.
Not taking nothing away from Steve Kerr. His story is crazy too. You know about his story. Steve Kerr was I think he was recruited, but I think he was only recruited by one college or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But his father was like one of these preachers or something, you know what I mean? And he'll go to them third world countries and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, this is good people.
Yeah, his dad, by one of them third world countries where they came in and they shot the school up and stuff.
Oh,
and apparently that one of the victims that got shot up was Steve Kerr's father. Check that out, cause they said, I think they talk about it on that Last Dance with Michael Jordan, cause they always asked if him and Michael ever have a conversation about their fathers, cause how Jordan's father got taken out, and how his father got taken out.
Oh, real quick, I want to make sure that I mention this because last time we was on the show, we had a very, and I didn't see it after the fact. One of the brothers that Sharif kind of stepped out, his mother was on the program a couple of weeks ago. And then whoever this brother is, I forget your name, I apologize. He asked a question about the immigrants.
Yeah, or something. Shout out to Kevin.
Yeah, he was saying, and I want to make sure I do due diligence when people reach out. I want to make sure I talk about the topics that we all are. I think that was cousin
Billy. I think that's Billy's nephew. The one that said it. That's how I knew who it was when Billy brought it to my attention at the crib.
So I started doing a little bit of research, and I found somebody. I found a Trump supporter. I did a call out. For one, we want to know anybody that's your youth individual that celebrates your youth. We want you to come on. If you want to highlight your business, we want you to come on. And we wanted to have diversity. I swear to God, we do. So if you're a Trump supporter, feel free to come in here, share your viewpoint, share what's on your mind. But I found somebody. He's going to be a young man too, real sharp. And so we're going to, I'm not saying I ain't about no argument, but I believe moving into this crucial shift of energy right now, in order for us to move into the most positive of all lights, we got to have diversity. It means we got to give people opportunity to speak. So if you want to speak, come up here and speak.
Let me know when that happens, cause I got a nice walk in.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely do that.
You know, remember back in the days on Point Break with what the freak is his name? did the Dirty Dancing. What's the guy name?
Swayze.
Yeah, remember the
That's the
movie?
God.
Remember they did the movie when they robbed the banks and stuff?
Yeah, Point Break.
Point Break. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a breaking point. Point Break.
Yeah.
Remember they
classic.
had on them presidential
Yeah.
masks and stuff.
Yeah, Tricky Dick.
Yeah. So,
I got you.
I got an extra joke.
Sure. But I wanted to kind of mention about what's going on with the and this is things that's really affecting people. Like not too many. I think I may know 2 black people that voted for Trump, but in the community we all really don't rock with them. We really, we rock with the Biden and all that, which we need to get our education on. Mr. Biden up there too.
Let's go study what he did to us too.
Study how the Democrats and Republicans, how it was set up.
Back in the 90s, what Biden did.
Because back in the day, Republicans was the one, the black votes used to always go to the Republican vote.
We were Republicans before Democrats.
Yeah, so so all that is on the table because we got the election coming up next year. We got a 80-year-old and we got we'll see who we got.
Grandpa Pop can't go, man. If we feel like he's the only thing that's right to represent us, for us Democrats or whatever you want to call yourself, whatever party, man, sheesh.
Sheesh is right.
Shiver me timbers.
And this is one of the main things that's really. And I don't know it all. There's quite a bit that I do know as far as
I think we needed young people in the government all that thing. Man. We got all these grandpas and great grandpas. That's why I said they'll fall asleep at the dinner table. You know what I mean? They probably definitely got to take naps. So it's like, man, we need they need to switch that age thing. I think because they don't want to do that because they know this young generation is. I say like so a big percentage of this young generation, young people, are whites and stuff. They rocking with us, and I think these elders who was taught that racism, you know what I mean? Because racism's taught. You're not born racist. So that's another day, another topic. Right. But that's what I'm saying. So I think they need to get a young government. I think we shouldn't even have a government. Well. Going against the United States, they need to make them younger.
It's time for a revolution.
If
you look at the financial industry, it's failing us. If you look at the education system, it's failing us. You're looking at the political system, it's failing us. This is part of death. This is part of what makes this the most exciting time to be alive. So when we need that new vision, and it's coming from the youth. Yeah. I tell anybody that can be around me for more than 30 minutes, I tell you that the youth are the most powerful in existence right now. Some of the oldest souls in creation have chose to reincarnate back, and here they are, and they're here, they're here to create new. That's why you see so much things purposely aimed to destroy our youth. Listen to what I'm saying.
Say that again, man. I don't think
I'm saying that the people that are in charge right now are deliberately leading our youth astray. How I'm gonna say that? I'm gonna say that with the music. We know the music. We know the results of crazy music and what that does. But you see it slowing down to the youth? No, sir. No. Even the food and things that we feed our children going into the school, you think they're getting the nutrients that they need? No, sir. So like, come on now, stop playing.
Man, us people with the melanin in us, we love peaches, right? So they got a big recall on peaches right now. They try to do it with the chicken. So it's like, now seriously, man, it's like, man, they trying, man. They really is trying.
But seriously, back to what you were saying as far as with the idea of having, it needs to be, we need to be.
But the younger government being young.
We need to be in the streets. We need to have that youthful vibe. That's what I really love about that whole Black Lives Matter, George Floyd. Shout out to all the young individuals. We actually gave awards to some of the young individuals that.
A lot of white people that protested, man, and was standing out there on the front line, and I think that their con was upset. And I think that's why they came with that abortion thing, because they know that their race is getting, sliced down, because pretty much soon, they're not going to be the majority. They're going to be the minority. And it's like they got to do everything to their power to try to make sure they stay above the rest of everybody else. But
you said a mouthful right there,
if they wasn't no prisons, right?
Right.
The colored people would be the majority, easily, hands down. But since they did that, now that makes them look like they're the majority. And their time is almost up. So I'm not saying it like that, but I'm talking about how their time's almost up in ruling and all the other
being the majority.
Yes,
Right.
It's that's why it's like more questions. They always ask now where they from, where did they come from? Because they know where we come from. We got a place of origin, and a lot of people always ask, and then they say, well, their time is almost up.
And believe it or not, and I came to grips because I opened my heart. I used to look at individuals from racist eye. I ain't gonna lie, but I had to really address those issues within myself and actually find that unconditional love for myself. And now I have that unconditional love for anybody. I don't care if you're white, black, whatever. And so since that, I developed relationships. And so I hear some of this coming from some of these people, some of the Caucasian people. They know that's the fear that you hear behind some of them is that. Yo, we not gonna be a majority. Some of them is dead scared. They scared to
like
death.
Somebody like me too, like what you see. We color. We got dreads. So we're smart. We're intelligent. So we're a threat.
Right.
We are a threat to society. You know what I mean? Especially to them. You know what I mean? Because we're smart. We're educated.
But it shouldn't be though.
It shouldn't be. But that's why they got the. You see what they did to that kid? They had the kid get a haircut in school.
Yeah.
The mother didn't even know nothing about this, and they cut the boy hair off that he'd been growing since the day he came out the womb. So, it's like they got an issue with this. And I just remember, like Samson said in the great book, you know what I mean? My non-ether, my hair, is my powers, my strength and power.
Go in, son.
You know what I mean? So. I'm sorry that I'm not a 6 ether. I'm straight, nappy, kinky, and just like how Jesus was supposed to be in the book. So
hair like wool,
skin like
bronze wool. I mean, burnt copper.
So
now you got me on that.
Yeah, then I remember in school. I forget it was 2nd grade up at Jackson. I forget when it was like we put the penny. And we was like, is that why they made the penny? Yeah. And then it's the least amount of coin. And then his face is backwards this way. So now, but then you look at the coins now. The coins now, they're all trying to face the same way. But back in the day, that they wasn't like that.
Put Abraham Lincoln on a brown penny.
And at least they made it $5.
Let me get this from my lungs real quick. Now, everybody that's watching on White Rose Community Television, I apologize because it's going to cut off abruptly. We're going to rock around on Facebook for a little bit. I want to share with that. So if you're listening to this, if you can hear the sound of my voice, if you got dreadlocks, if you got your natural hair, understand you need to be applauded because the truth, science, here's the science behind it. I got to put my nerdy glasses on. Understand that your hair is an antenna for electromagnetic energy. You bring that in. So it's no need. You don't have to look like your foster father's wife and girlfriend. You don't need to have that yaki down to your backy.
I like that commercial. I mean? That commercial said, "This ain't your dad's hair," and they got the like 22.
We are not horses. You know what I mean? We get the horse hair back. Love your hair, cause like I said, man, actual facts. That is that is your antenna to bring in these frequencies. It may not been really, really important ago, but then I just tell you, we are moving into a more powerful cosmic energy. This is the time that's written about in the scriptures and scrolls as far as the Christ consciousness, Christ returning. Christ returning in a physical form. The physical form, if you encapsulate that energy and you want to actually do physical works like Jesus said to do, then yes, you are personifying Christ in the physical form. Jesus was on a whole nother level way before his time. That's why he spoke. He said, greater work shall ye do. He knew that at this particular time is an opportunity for us to take. If you look towards the Jesus, do as he said to do. And he even said, he always pushed. He said, it's always about the Father. It's always about the Father. He was the master example for us to go by. So we need to see more action. Less words, less singing, and less praise, and more action.
Action speaks louder than words.
For sure. So like I said, if you got that natural hair, understand it, and you got that melanated skin, be proud of your skin. It hurt my heart when I was a young man, I seen a little video that they did like back in the 60s where they take a little black girl and they give her a white Barbie doll. And they be smiling from ear to ear.
Yes.
Then they say, they was just playing with them. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, you got the wrong one. No, give me that. Get a doll that look like them. And automatically it was a whole, I hate this doll. So that hate that was produced was deliberately put into us to cause us to be in these very, very terrible positions like they cloned Tyrone. These are
That movie
purposely.
is still good. That's a heavy hitter, man. If you ain't still see that movie yet, please check that movie out. Yeah, nah, just hit on the dot. Yeah. But check that movie out. They cloned Tyrone. That's a heavy hitter. I left my literature at the crib because I wanted to bring the literature in. Where it was I was watching Ancient Aliens. You know, that's my show. So they was talking about like how in Genesis, how God created, you know what I mean, the life. We had Adam and Eve. But then I got a book talking about how there was people before Adam and Eve. You know what I mean? So I left that
You about to
book.
go for another high five.
Yeah, I left that book at the crib, man, because I was, man, I thought we was going to be busting up with the crib. If I didn't know we was going to be freestyle, barbershop talk, trust me, next time we come through, I'm going to bring that in.
You want to sit down?
Hit a couple
You
things.
want to change the transition? Right now it's on COVID. You want to change it back to barbershop?
Yeah, we put it back in the barbershop joint. But like you was saying, now this is proof. This information is coming back. Like I said, this is proof. I can prove the things I'm saying. So watch this. So you got Cain and Abel, right? So Cain, come on in here. Welcome to the stage.
We got the young one.
Got the young God in the house dropping phones and stuff. Don't even worry about it. Come on,
man.
sit down.
This guy, he's the future, man. He's a cool. Remember what I told you? Cool nerd, man.
Yeah.
Hey, it ain't nothing wrong to be a cool nerd.
Be
I know
cool
I'm a
nerd.
cool
Be on
nerd.
your weirdo stuff.
Word, I know I'm a
Shout
nerd.
out to my boy John Ayers. I'm on my weirdo stuff. But let me stay on the confidence. You can drop in on it as well. So let's paint the scene. You got Adam and Eve. Ooh, matter of fact, do you know there was a woman before Eve?
I know about Cain and Abel, but
her name was it Delilah? Somebody know in there? Please call in and put it on it. There was a woman. If you look in the Apocrypha, now mind you, there's different books of the Bible that is selected not for your consumption.
It's a lot of stories.
Was it Delilah? Leah? I think it was Leah. Anyway, let's stick to the point. Let's Adam and Eve.
Right.
Like you've been taught. They had Cain and Abel, right? Two kids. So then Cain killed Abel, right?
A murder already off the rip.
Murder was the case.
Yeah.
And so what God do? God put a mark on Cain that when he would go out into the world, nobody would mess with him. I'm like, wait a second. It ain't supposed to be no other people out there. Why would you put a mark on somebody to go outside and they know what's going on and what is his
And there's not that many people supposedly, right?
It was supposed to be nobody. If Adam and Eve.
it's supposed to be just animals, right?
You know what I'm saying? If it's Adam and Eve, then there's nobody.
I'm gonna give you another head scratcher.
What's up?
How about when he said, make man into their image.
Woo!
So I think like, hold on. I think he should have changed the word up because into our image, because then it means the gods. You know what I mean?
What does it say?
What is it?
And that's in the book, like, and I'm like,
go to your book. And if you come in with anything other than King James, if you don't know how to read the these, thou, that, those, then that's your problem.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have things busted, all these different translations. How many times
the NIV version or something?
They keep making new testaments and new
Old Testaments to
it's
the
gonna
New
be
Testaments.
it's gonna be a
I
trap.
call them new guesstimates.
It's gonna be a trap. It's gonna be a trap version of the Bible coming out. You know, it might have like little Wayne on the cover. This foolishness, y'all. Let's take it back. Let's take it to the Gutenberg Bible. Let's take it all the way back before let's go to King James Bible. In the King James Bible, bring it on out. It says.
Killer too? Was it here?
Was he
a molester, killer?
We'll get to who King. Oh my God! And we talk about Constantine too. We get to all
So
that.
I would be mad if I was LeBron. You calling me King James?
Yeah.
But then listen. Watch the celebration. I won't be feeling it.
What's
That
that?
right there, because you got ice in your veins.
Uh-huh.
So what you
Oh,
get
the
ice in your veins?
Oh, you talking about keep just
Yeah, so there's a genie in the bottle, so every time they hit the 3, they be like this. I'm like, yo, I seen the little kid hit the 3 in the little game, right? The little kid did that. I'm like, see,
What does that mean, though?
like the see, because you shoot the heroin, you shoot the dope. You shoot the dope in your veins, and they said it's supposed to feel like ice. I don't know. So when they do that little,
I always thought it meant cold blooded. Don't mean
cold blooded because it's the ice in your veins. So
oh my gosh.
Yeah, man. So, yeah.
But but check it. This is what I'm saying though.
Talk.
This is barbershop talk for real. This is high level conversation. We're not dealing with low level conversation. We don't care about this, if this information doesn't cause you to enliven and educate yourself and doesn't cause you to go run something down or go Google, then I'm in the wrong business. But I'm saying to you, go Google this. Go to your King James Version of the Bible. It says in the very, very beginning, we talking about Genesis, y'all. It said, let us make man in our image and in our likeness. Who's us? Who's us?
It should have been 2.
Well, I'll even go even further. It talks about even further on. I think it's somewhere near Leviticus. It talks about the sons of God mated with the daughters of man. Who are they talking about? Ancient aliens. If you don't know anything, understand that what you've been taught when you were sitting inside of that room with the 4 corners and the way that even the room was designed, was set up. Just frequency not allow you to really understand what's going on.
And they give you fluoride pills.
They give you fluoride pills, sitting you there, the facts and figures. Remember, you wasn't really taught the truth.
I got a statement too. What you're mentioning there, that's actually part of what they teach in the religion in Ethiopia. That's the sons of man with the daughters. Like that's actually actively taught in Ethiopia. That's a section of Africa.
Think about that.
That's a part of the Christian religion.
There's really...
It's just that one,
What's the word? Highly regarded in holy churches in Ethiopia. Well, most people don't. And there's inside of the Ethiopian church, there's pictures of Jesus completely black. Mm-hmm. What people don't understand that after Jesus died, Jesus was the one that was always spitting knowledge to those females. And it offended. Like I said, men, masculine, we got to get over ourselves. And even that existed back in Jesus' time. Yes, he had his 12 disciples. He had secret knowledge that he didn't even share with his 12 disciples. He shared it with particular female. Go get the Apocrypha. In the Gospel of Philip, it speaks about that Jesus, he had a particular individual, they call her Mary of Magdalene, which is actually in the books of the Apocrypha, that he actually kissed her on the lips. That the Gospels didn't even, they wasn't feeling that, because men didn't want to dominate knowledge and distribution of knowledge.
Lil Wayne kissed Baby on the lips.
That's what we were talking about before. Should have brought that in. We were talking about that. Yeah. That was another thing. That was initiation.
That's a classic.
Yo, we living in a world, yo, I'm saying this is the greatest time to be alive. It's a great and dreadful day. It's great if you got the knowledge. It's dreadful if you don't. But like I'm saying about that whole
It's kind of weird if you don't know
you got to question what you're being taught.
What keep saying boys in the hood, either they don't know or don't show.
Lil Wayne got that.
Don't care what's going on in the hood.
Lil Wayne got that song called Lollipop. You know, I'm just thinking Lollipop, and he's doing that homo stuff. Like,
we ain't for that right now. We not on that right now. What I'm telling you about, I'm trying to keep it on. I'm trying to steer it
to Lil Wayne and friends.
What I'm saying as far as when Jesus, when he passed, when he died.
Yeah.
The individuals, the females that he was secretly teaching that knowledge, they was the ones that was whisked away to Ethiopia. That's where it comes into like the Knights of the Templar. They were the ones who, they had the swords, they was the ones that was set to protect. What were they protecting? They was protecting the females because they knew that they had that knowledge.
You ever see the movie Woman King?
It went to like mystery schools and such.
When they showing them with the movie Woman King.
I haven't seen it.
Oh man, check that out, because there's something like how the women, like I said, like how they stood 10 toes down. They like, you know what I mean, they didn't really need no man type, you know what I mean, and they led their village and stuff. I don't want to, like, you know what I mean, because You gonna check that movie out? You gonna hit me on the text and like, yo, that was a.
It's a whole new world that's being presented.
Yeah.
People don't know that there's a African tribe called the Bedouins, where the men they wear the what's the joint called when you put over your face, Sharif? The burqa? Is that what it's called?
That's the women.
Yeah.
Burqa's for the women.
Okay. Well, anyways, in the Bedouin society, the woman is the matriarch. She's in charge of the whole situation. And the men are the ones that cover themselves and they move around. You know what I mean? So what you find right now, even in the movie, there's a Marvel movie that's coming out, or is already out with the Marvel. She's like the female like Shazam.
She like Shazam.
Like Captain Marvel.
Yeah, female Superman. I think that'd be close.
Marvel, that is DC. So it's like you said, Shazam.
Oh, that's DC.
So it's Marvels.
Yeah,
I guess it's like
Marvel.
it just came out, and I guess it's like what few of them.
Yeah, and I support it. So in that, just in a little trailer that I seen, you have the Marvel, and then they had some other females as well. I'm very, very much supportive of that, of seeing young girls. Just imagine in 20 years, the little girls will go see the Marvel to see young female superheroes. Right. What that does to their mind and what does to their confidence. And if you go back to 1960s, you was a woman in America, like you would come home, your man would be drunk or whatever, he'd slap you, you'd be touching every single room in the house. And then the police would come and they would say, okay, go take a walk. Never no charges, you know what I'm saying? So for so long, he said go get
take a walk and cool off. Go get something.
So women always been paid less. They've been always taking the more crap and the less disrespect.
I think women are disrespected.
I can give you a historical lesson now.
You know what I mean? Because women, if it wasn't for the women, like keeping everything, they're like the backbone, man. They keep everything, it aligned with everything. And without a true woman a true queen on your side, man, it can get really bumpy and rough.
For sure. What you guys say, God?
So, California, there was actually a matriarchy as well. It was discovered by the Spaniards when they were discovering America. It was her name was Queen Caliph. She was queen of the California Isles, the island. It was like
California was an island, whatever, something like that.
Right off of keep going north from the Amazon rainforest, you hit the Caliph Islands, and that's where the Amazonians tribe where they reign. As far north as where they reign. So it is out there. It is definitely patriarchy is not the only working system that has happened in the past.
We change all that around. Like I said, this is freedom time. This is the most important time that has been. And understand that what I'm learning more and more is that you see people talk about like global warming and talk about these changes. This is something that happens every 26,000 years. The poles switch, everything.
Already what Iceland. Remember it was all ice.
Yeah.
Remember, then it's like.
In fact, where we at right now in Pennsylvania, this used to be covered with miles of ice. Mm-hmm. All of this.
The Earth went through like 3 apocalypses before we came around. The Ice Age.
Multiple changes.
Was one of them. That happened 11,000 years ago.
It always repeats itself too.
And so, everybody, if you listen to the sound of this, understand that the trauma and the things you see in the world, as far as like the weather change, we just really gonna have to adapt. Mm-hmm. And that's if you look at our ancestors, they was nomads. If you look at like where Africa, and believe it or not, the first original inhabitants was in Africa. You seen that they sprouted out. They went up over there by India, went over there by China, Russia, came over the Bering Straits and came down. They migrated. Yeah. We may have to do a little migration. I apologize. We got too comfortable. If you got that beachside house right there in Miami, and you see that the water is rising, what you gonna do? You gonna keep it putting every day? You gonna put sandbags?
You right there on Front Street in Harrisburg.
Oh yeah. Right, that one too.
Be careful.
They said that water rose a couple of times. The water came up over them banks.
Right there on the Susquehanna. That's local.
Yeah, we got some real calamities. But understand, folks, that when these things do happen, when you do see this tremendous loss of life, I'm talking about in the M's. We always gotta have the idea of understanding this is something natural. Right. You know what I mean? Don't get, and there's some fear-based individuals, and I think I did pretty good. I ain't really talk about the bad actors. My wife tell me, like, don't be talking. There's some people that's going to try to promote so much fear. Like they did this funny for like the Dave Chappelle show, which was they talk about black ice. You see that? They're like, oh, black ice, warning! Black ice may creep up on you.
Yeah, I love that one, and I'll tell you,
that one's funny.
I love when keeping it real goes wrong. I love that. Just Chappelle. Oh no, we can't forget he got Diddy too. Take that.
Oh, when he's coming with that dialogue and videos and stuff.
When he said he had a puff, he can do anything he want. He said, I'm ready to take a nap. Remember he found it, them dudes carried him out. Hey man, Puff, man. We was talking about that earlier.
Yeah, if you didn't tune in for that, just understand that we're seeing so many gigantic changes that's going to be taking place in the next couple of months, and make sure that you
power moves.
Stay abreast to it. Pop on our power. We do our very best to make sure that we give out very, very factual information that is really, really beneficial. If you got a business that you want to highlight, or we had Roger Stone was on here. He did that wonderful Run DMC painting live, and he's going to get back on here. We had a gentleman from Sony Watts Grocers. He came in and was sharing about the different modalities and the importance of drinking water.
My man with the cannabis too.
Yeah, then we had Mike Love came on. He shared about the differences of the THC and the Delta C and all this other type of things going on.
Pecan.
Yeah, pecan tree.
Shout out to a lot of people that came through already within this short period of time.
So like I said, I got individuals that's kind of that hit me up, and we're going to do our very best to kind of promote that very well in advance, so you can have your favorite restaurateur or favorite business individual on, so you can give them their flowers while they're alive.
And if you got a youth out there, you know what I mean, they welcome to come up here and get their flowers. And this is the stage of what you want to say. We give you the platform, to give yourself that exposure that you may need.
Before they shut all this down,
come out here and say what you need to say.
Yes.
And I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go ahead and kind of show it all off. If you have if you're in the military,
right,
or if you know someone in the military, share some of this information and share this video with them, because we're gonna need you. Because like I said in the very, very beginning of my little talk, there's legislation going through Congress right now, based off of the whistleblower that spoke to the Congress a couple months ago, sharing the fact that there's down ships and beings and stuff that is out of this world that the powers that be have been keeping from you. Mm-hmm. There's legislation going through, and if you go to davidgreer.com, you can go on it and you can fill in just your name and your email address, and it'll auto-populate a letter. And that letter is quite lengthy, but it goes out to Biden, Kamala Harris. It goes out to everybody from Pennsylvania, even locally. And it says what? It says, hey, I would like you to look into this particular legislation. Don't let it just go by on because there's going to be something else on the news. Kind of distract us. Don't let this just fall by the wayside. Let's put energy and effort into making sure that those whistleblowers' accounts, making sure that they come out, because they have these different places that have this really technological thing that can help you and I. And technological things like the 0 point energy. They have that now, bro. Nikola Tesla had it 100 years ago. What do you mean they don't got it now? They have the ability where you can tap into just resonant energy between my hands, where you don't need to run these wires and you don't need to put this harmful chemical and clear this earth.
Remember, it's like when you go stand by the antenna or something, and you sitting there trying to get it in, but then as soon as you try to walk away, like how you say your dad was like, hold on, it's 4th and 1. It's 4th and 1, don't move yet. Yeah. But remember, it's like people should be like, it's like if you close minded, you should at least be like how I said in the hall. It's like, you know what I mean? Wow.
See, I like to think that the military complex is always a decade ahead of what they release. And if I was Estria hypothetical, I wouldn't want to come here either. Because if I crash or something, I'm gonna have Lockheed Martin picking up my craft, probably going to weaponize it.
They reverse engineer them. That's what they do.
Our whistleblowers already came out on that. Like, just look up Joe Rogan, and he just talks to a whole bunch of scientists who went to these various bases and share what they know.
The dude with the glasses, the white guy with the glasses on Joe Rogan's show, he used to work, and he actually was the one that helped them change these different these crash ships and change them up. So they have them. We know you have them.
Check out Skinwalker Ranch.
Check out Skinwalker Ranch. You want to get your mind blown. But the fact I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to those elites, the ones that's afraid of me. Yes, afraid of me, not afraid of you. You're afraid of me. You're afraid of the changes that's taking place, and you're afraid that your time is up. I'm telling you, for all those people that are Caucasian individuals that think that when black people get to a certain level of majority, or Mexicans or Latinos, we're not gonna try to rip you. We're not coming with that energy. We're coming nothing but light and love. Right. I promise you. And so all those different individuals, these bad actors, I'm gonna let you know right now. We know you got those. We know you got those technologies. We know that you have. We know that you deliberately take away the greatness of people in my community. We know that you want to keep us divided and separated, like that Israel and Jewish thing going on. We know you want to get us focused on things that it does not benefit us and not be able to tap into the divine. We know all that. But I'm not talking to them.
Stay away from bad news.
I'm talking to the ones who's the soldiers right now. Right now, you holding down a facility right now, and you think that you holding it down and you representing we the people in the Constitution. You're not. You representing the whims and the desires of these very, very small elite, and they got you twisted. So the reason why it's important to get this word out about this legislation, because we want to go in there the Congress way. We want Congress to do those subpoenas and Congress to show those subpoenas at the door. So when them soldiers come at the door with that paper, the soldiers there stand down. If they don't have these subpoenas, if it don't go through the legislation does not get approved, it does not get support with most of the public, then they're still going to go in them buildings, but it's going to be a firefight. Right. It's going to be a loss of life. And it's going to be also, I ain't know. I'm trying to tell y'all right now. So if you got military people at home, when you lay in the bed with them, you call them on the phone, ask them, you know, if something go on crazy and it goes against the freedoms of American people, you are going to tell me, right, baby? So if you if you're a grandma out there and you got your little ones that's in the military, make sure you speak to them and say, if you know something go down that's crazy, make sure to let us know. And in particular, if you're working in the TSA,
sorry,
I heard this too.
This is confidential. I can't tell you. I'm sorry. This is confidential. Top secret.
From what I heard, those individuals in the TSA, they're already planning for the new COVID. They gave marching orders over about December or so that they're going back to mask, folks.
I already seen somebody with a mask this month.
They going back to that. And not only that, understand this, that the election's coming up in 2024. I'm just going to play a little devil advocate. Imagine next year around the election time. Imagine if we all are still back in the house back when it was in the height of COVID.
All mail-in ballots?
Imagine if it's all mail-in ballots.
Wow.
Or imagine if it's all technological ballots that can be easily matriculated by individuals. Wise like you. My son got knowledge about stuff like blow my mind. So I know stuff is possible. So just imagine if we stuck in that situation. What are we going to do? Or what are we going to do now to make sure that we educate us? And what are we going to do now to make sure we talk to our elected officials and say, well, tell me about this legislation. Tell me what you know. We are not going quietly into the night. I promise you that.
No. Hey, man. Take care of your neighbors. Take care of yourself. Especially over tonight.
Stay away from bad news.
Be thankful. Like I said,
be thankful.
The devil's out there tonight, man. So he's working around the clock. So make sure y'all call up Uber. Get home safely tonight. The biggest drinking night of the year besides New Year.
The devil gaining weight, yo.
Yes.
He getting obese.
Playing Christmas music already.
But the devil gaining weight. The devil gaining weight because we ignorant.
They didn't acknowledge the thing, but you know they check out who Saint Nick is. So we gonna check out who Saint Nick is, and
you gonna ruin people's holidays,
they give his power, that power to this. I'm like, they ain't even Thanksgiving. I'm like, back in the day, it was like you put your Christmas ornaments up Black Friday.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Okay. You turned the music on probably that morning.
It gotta be the
December. But now it's like they've been playing this Christmas stuff. I'm like, do they know who Saint Nick really is? Like, you know what I mean? The more and more you hear, the more and more he's gaining that power when you say his name.
How many new songs come out? I'm tired of these old songs.
Same songs, but a different artist singing. Different artists are like certain artist singing a certain song. Like if I could make a soundtrack to Christmas, it wouldn't be all like, you know what I mean, the hippopotamus and you know what I mean, and all that stuff, like the Eartha Kitt, you know what I mean? Like, see, as I said, certain artists, right?
That's a freestyle idea. We should do our
own Christmas soundtrack. I already started doing it. I have my own YouTube playlist. I already started it. Like,
okay.
Like I'm like, it's like only certain, like I like Kelly Clarkson, Taylor Swift versions. You know what I mean?
Who don't like Taylor Swift?
The one George Michael's version of the one Joe, even though, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it's like, yo, man, certain artists that.
Yo.
And then I got the Nat Cole.
Oh, yeah.
Nat King Cole.
Crosby.
You gotta.
Old school stuff. Yeah, so it's like the old school stuff. It's like, so. Yeah, everybody can't freak it like how everybody else.
I ain't no Grinch out here, y'all. I gotta close it up right now. I got some things to go into, but I want to put it out here. If anybody out there wants to hear about the truth about Christmas, if you want, you ever seen the show called Adam Ruins Everything?
Yeah.
Ptah ruins everything. I'm here to bring truth, y'all.
That's on
So
truth.
if y'all don't, if you say, we used to say, if you're scared of the truth,
go to church.
Yeah, if you're scared, go to church. So if you want to hear the truth about Christmas and who Nimrod is, why that Christmas tree is used. What does it mean in Jeremiah 10:2-5 when it says, "Do not practice the ways of the heathen that actually take the tree and they adorn it to the floor and they have bells?" What?
So was Jesus really born on Christmas?
Man, I'll give you the short answer. No.
To things that make you go.
I'll say it right now. I say it right now, live on TV right now. No, Jesus was not born on December 25th. But
see,
we keeping it vibe. We love you. But
don't get mad at I can't make this up. I can't make this up. So.
I like this song.
And if you want to call in, I'll explain it to you in the most gentlest way.
I just read books.
Educate your mind. So we're going to go ahead and shut it down. We having too much fun. This barbershop is supposed to be loose. You want to come on here and join this barbershop? Like I said, it's about expression.
Yes.
We want to hear what's on your mind and on your hearts. That's the only way you can kind of get it out.
Light,
so
man, peace, man.
We're going to go ahead and we're going to move and groove. Stay tuned for Ptah Shakur Speaks on Monday. Then we're also going to have Hour of Power next Wednesday. So until then, I ask everybody to
get home safely tonight.
Find that love for yourself. You know what I mean? Celebrate your victory. That's one thing we want to do with youth. No matter what you did that you may seem insignificant and small, everybody got victories. Even if you got to go back to when you was 10 years old.
Your small victory might be calling the Uber home tonight. Get home safely.
Right.
At least you living.
Or shooting at 3 when no one's looking. You know?
You tell you that's your story. You ain't shooting. He don't shoot no 3.
I'm a baller. I'm Chris Paul reincarnated. What you mean?
Can't you beat me, yo? So check it. Like I said, this Ptah Shakur. We closing out. So I'm asking everybody to find that love, unconditional love for yourself. Look for your heaven within. Go out in the nature. Go get some nature walk. Go do something different with your life. Right. And I promise you, once you find that heaven on earth and that wonderful feeling of the powerfulness of who you are, let us all take that emotion. Each one teach one. Let's create heaven on earth. This Ptah Shakur. Love and light to you all.
Hey.
Peace in the Middle East.
Take care of people with the Grand Flus.
Love and light to Israel, Palestine, worldwide.
Grand Flus, y'all better have your IDs.
Don't be waiting in the cold.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to talk about my book.
No, we do that because then I'm gonna definitely bring that.
I'm gonna
bring that definitely. Yeah, when I bust that out last week,